the whole thing of what I was trying to get to is voices and how creepy Gladys's voice uh was from the game, and uh they used her, the same voice actress, and even almost straight up ripped her the vocalization, like modulations they used to make her sound like Gladys for Pacific Rim. I didn't know
Oh, okay. I
if
didn't know that.
you knew that. Yeah, indeed, it happened, and it was creepy because she's a horrible person or machine. Tries.
Yeah, that I know.
Welcome to the show. Today's episode is proudly sponsored by Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. More on them in a bit. Yeah, Gladys, sits there, tries to kill you with the nerve agent, the nerve gas, and
Yeah.
so like hearing that in, I think it was a theater. I don't remember what movie it was, but I heard it and it was like, oh god, guys, like nails on a chalkboard. Because like your last experience with that voice is an intense battle where you don't have a gun. You have a thing that can just open portals. That's all you can do. So you've got to trick rockets into launching at you and then dodging at the last minute, so it goes through a portal that you've then lined the other end up to hit the bad guy or the bad robot, the bad girl, bad whatever,
Mhm.
Gladys. And so it's like this really really intense battle, and then the next time you hear the voice, it's supposed to be the good robot. No, fuck that. I'm never rifting or whatever the fuck it's called. Did you like Pacific Rim?
um, it's okay.
It was
It
okay.
wasn't. I don't know. I'm more like, yeah, it was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad either.
Oh man. So I got a question, man. I am a big thrills seeker type person, right? And yesterday, late last late the night before, I should say, but yesterday morning for most people, Disneyland unveiled Avengers. Yes, the Avengers, where old ad campaigns come back for
Well, I mean,
revenge.
kind of. It's all of giant ads.
No, we get the Noid, we get the 7 Up spot.
Oh,
What else can we get? The Jolly Green Giant. The Avengers. We're on to something. Anyways, Avengers Campus got its big reveal, and I was kind of personally, and it's like I said, just because I'm a thrill seeker type, and this isn't for me, but I still have to say I was kind of disappointed sitting here looking at it. I just I the immersion is really neat, but I really wanted more exciting rides, and I thought the Spider-Man ride could had potential, but it ends up being just a flat ride, like a Men in Black shooter with some cool 3D glasses effects. Um, I don't want to talk and just rant on just the rides. I want to know what you thought and how excited you are potentially to go there, considering you live fairly nearby. What'd you think of the whole presentation and the immersion? And then maybe we'll talk about the rides, because I do want to talk good about the immersion.
so I haven't been to Disneyland since I was like 12.
Wow.
Yeah, and these last few years, I haven't had the urge to go. I have an urge more to go to Six Flags,
Yeah,
and
absolutely. That's
to
me. Roller
and and
coasters.
and even and to be honest, even sometimes to visit Universal Studios a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't know. I think I'm very turned off by the just how people have turned Disneyland in such a high pedestal. Like if this is just this place that they almost have to go every month or
Mm.
whatever. And I get it. There is a lot of stuff that looks like a lot of fun, but like kind of I think it's like what you said. It doesn't seem very thrilling. Like I understand that I'm gonna go immerse myself in their properties, but whatever.
Yeah.
And as I saw the Avengers Campus, it just looked like a lot more places for them to make me spend money than anything else. Like, all right, so some of these rides they're pretty basic. I think that's the word I want to use.
Yeah.
Um, and then I think the worst thing was the merch doesn't even look cool. Like it's super cheesy. If they had some like cool jacket or shirts or something, but I was
Yeah.
kind of looking through the merch and it just looked really bland. Like they just put it together and they're like, ah, whatever, fuck it, it's at Disneyland. People are gonna buy it anyway. Fuck them all.
Wow. You're
Um,
ripping it apart. Keep
well, not
going.
really, not
I know.
really. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. Like hell, if I was 5 or 6 or maybe my daughter's age, and I saw Spider-Man crawling down that wall, I'd probably freak out too.
Hmm.
Or like I had the opportunity to meet some of these characters. I know it's 100%. uh, it could mean the world for many kids and adults
Yeah.
too. But for me personally, it's whatever. It'll be fun once I do get to go, but it's not something that I'm going to be breaking my back trying to make plans for the summer.
Yeah.
I
God no.
actually just bought season tickets for Six Flags because that's even closer to me than Disneyland. And
So
hmm?
I didn't want to interrupt you, but we've seen this shot here where he's gonna fly across. We've seen them doing that with a robot.
That is a robot.
So okay, that
That's
right
the
there's
robot.
the
Yep.
robot, and then the real person has ran underneath and
Yes,
around, and is still hooked
sorry,
up
Kyle.
to the harness because then he goes down the wall.
Yeah.
That's really freaking cool though to
No, yeah.
see as as a show.
The Imagineer team are at Disneyland are ridiculous, and they've been
Yeah.
doing it for decades now. I mean, next year they're giving us that awesome looking lightsaber. So,
Yeah, yeah, we'll see how. Anyways,
but
I
it,
I
it
look.
doesn't for all the time they spent on it. It just I don't know. I think because and I haven't been there, but I know that when I step foot and in that Star Wars area,
Mhm.
when I set my eyes on that Millennium Falcon, I may need to sit down for a few minutes. That's gonna be my reaction. I don't
Uh-oh. Seem to have lost someone. I'm not sure. Hey, there you are. I got you back.
oh, I lost you for a second. You were just blurry, I could hear you.
Okay. So it was on my end then. Okay, well, however this recording ended up, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. We are having a storm come through.
Don't
It's
apologize,
not
no
supposed to
regrets.
be too long, but you were saying,
Yeah, I just don't feel like I have as much connection as I would with like a Millennium Falcon or
yeah.
seeing like a almost full size Imperial Walker or something. It just I don't know.
I did appreciate their different areas. I find the area that gets to go all mystical and Doctor Strange's entrance to be very cool. This is one of those places where it's like, God, if I could come through like on one of those resort hour early things, and you guys just make sure I can see all of your little show stuff for that hour. That's all I would really care to do, you know? Just because that technology he is really neat. My Marvel Land is in Universal Orlando at Islands of Adventure. They got an amazing Spider-Man ride, pun intended,
Mhm.
that does more than sit on a flat track and just spin around. They've got the Hulk coaster. They've got the Doom launch tower. And there's always room for expansion. They just updated all the Jurassic Park stuff. It's it's a curious thing how Disney tried to spin the and I'm not gonna share the screen again because the internet's unstable, but how they spun it as this is the first Avengers themed theme park, and I'm like, yeah, technically, but there's a whole Marvel theme park where they have all of your guys' characters out there, including some X-Men and some Fantastic Four and some Avengers and some Spider-Man, um, all there, all year, all day, and I love that park. Um,
I, I
so
j- I just think that for the Avengers, they needed one thrill ride. They
mhm,
needed a coaster of some kind. Y-
something.
and it's just, oh look, more simulators.
Dark rides, yeah,
Yeah,
flat
it's great.
rides, dark ride. It's
So,
I called the Spider-Man thing Men in Black meets Rise of the Resistance.
mm. Meanwhile, like you said, Universal Studios is adding like the
The
Velocicoaster.
Velocicoaster.
And that thing looks mean,
It
dude.
looks
Mhm.
intense.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
oh
looking for.
hey, see, Florida reciprocates medicinal cards, so I can because of my condition, the sitting up and all of that can be quite painful, so I need a little medication, and so they reciprocate on medicinal cannabis cards down there, so I'll be able to hopefully next year sometime go down, medicate, and get to ride the Velocicoaster. I'm stoked about that.
Mm.
A little less stoked about Hagrid's motorbike ride because I really loved Dragon Challenge. That was a great roller coaster, but I'm open to it. But that's my kind of like what I'm upset about most is both Star Wars and Avengers Campus are incredibly immersive. They're things that I want to see, but the cost of
Oh
admission
yeah.
and the cost to my mind of those crowds, those it's just it's not worth it. I can go to my local parks. I got a couple of local parks where I live. Busch Gardens and a Cedar Fair park are not too far away, and I can go to those throughout the year because we used to have season passes, and all year long we could go and we knew how and when crowds are at their lowest, and we don't have to wait around, and it's less stressful. And same thing with Universal Orlando. There are times you can go ride everything, never wait more than 15 minutes in line. But you
Mhm.
got to be willing to either take your kid out of school for a few days and let them get some to go homework and go off peak season, you know, or B, spend a lot of money on fast passes. But the way I understand it, Disney, even with fast pass gets you like regular line wait times at any other park.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, I hear while most people will be like, "Oh, it's a 4 or 5 hour wait for this ride at Disney." The Fast Pass wait's only a 2 hour wait, and I'm just like, I'm not paying that much. Fast Pass means like taking me like 30 minutes or less. That's fast pass, you know? But you know what the key to all theme park lines is? The single rider line. That's the key. All those times where it's like a car where it seats 4 and it's like a group of 2 and then the next group is a group of 3, so they just wait and they don't fill those two seats. Islands of Adventure and Universal Orlando and a few other places I know use single rider lines. So they'll be like, all right, give me 2, and 2 from the single rider line come in and fill whatever empty seats there are. Beautiful, right? You get people that don't care what group they're with to get the ride. More seats filled, more riders per hour. Rise those stats, man. It's just easy brilliance.
I don't want strangers in my car.
Fuck you. You're gonna sit with me and deal with it.
No, it's like no, we don't want to go with him. He is not welcomed in our picture.
Too bad. I know. I love the single rider line. It makes it so easy to just maximize your ride time. There was they showed all of the cast that's gonna be there. Iron Man's gonna be there. Black Panther, Spider-Man. They had him make a big entrance, and then the big surprise was bringing Anthony Mackie out to present Avengers Campus's Captain America, which is indeed the Sam Wilson Captain America, and they had Anthony Mackie give him the shield, which I immediately was like, yeah, I'm down with that. That makes sense. I'm 100% supportive. And I honestly thought I was going to see, for the first time ever, I severely underestimated or overestimated. I don't know how to phrase it, but I severely misjudged what people's reaction would be, but there's still time today. I thought I would already see a bunch of outrage. How did I mess that up? A bunch of outrage culture with the stuff that's going on. Here we go. Let's try that. And yeah.
For the first time in
Trying to figure out what you mean by outrage by what.
That there would be some people out there complaining that the OG Steve Rogers cap wasn't there either to or as the primary. I liked this. Makes sense. This is Captain America 4 coming out. I mean, dude, that's Captain America. I was happy with it, and I'm happy that so far I haven't seen any of the usual YouTuber outrage types out there making a hubbub about it. I'm surprised and happy. That's all I was trying to say.
Oh, okay.
That this is altogether been a this aesthetic, the immersion, the cast, the characters that they have. I mean, Tony should be gone. He dead, but
Right.
But everything here is like something I would love to see, but it's not something that I really want to pay the money or the, like I said, the mental stress. It's going to be years and years before I think the crowd might be low enough for me to want to go, you know? So, but then there's those rides. A couple of dark simulator flat rides, man. Like, what Universal can do immersion. Look at Harry Potter, right? It's family friendly, but it's family friendly for, like, 12-year-olds and up, Why is it that Disney is insistent that 8-year-olds can get on every fucking ride.
Yeah,
Because
no,
you can
I
do immersion
agree.
and thrills.
I 100% agree with you. There's nothing wrong with having a hook coaster, with your dark rides. So it makes to like, I don't come off as kind of a hater, but it's just kind of lame, to be honest with you. Like, because every time they add these things, it's like, oh yeah, come experience this for this much, and this is going to cost this much. The spider bugs are going to cost this much. The lightsaber thing, the droid thing, the commemorative thing is going to cost this much. The pins, the blah blah blah, and it's like, oh, so on top of the almost $200 that we're going to have to spend to get in, there's another like $400 for the things, right, or something like that, if you want to have that quote unquote the actual experience. So, and it's whatever. I don't know. I'd rather take my money or to Six Flags and get thrown around on a variety of roller coasters for a day and then go back again and do it again.
Yeah, that's always been my thing. Like, I guess that's why Islands of Adventure and Universal Orlando is like my favorite park to go to, is because I can get a lot of good thrills and I
Mhm.
can get good immersion. Like, I can go from Jurassic World Park, whatever, and then I'm at a Marvel themed area and I feel Marvel comic-ish, and then I can go over to the Dr. Seuss or Harry Potter land, and Disney offers all of that. And I kind of really wish I could. I don't know. No, can I pull the disabled vet card just to go experience the visuals? Like, that's honestly, I don't care for your rides. I don't care for your overpriced food. I don't care for the even the gadgets and the toys. Most of them, personally, I get it. The idea of pushing a button and having the blade come up is nifty. For me, I'm willing to wait because the hilt looks very large, and
Oh my
I'm
god, you're still on that.
questionable about how much can you even swing the blade. I know you can't contact anything, but could it take the swing, or is it like a like when a tape measure is extended and if you move it too much it becomes flimsy. So I could wait, but I can go get one of those really nice, metal handle ones with the acrylic blades that have a light up function and sounds. Like, I have options for all those gadgets that I could get at Disney. I just want to experience the immersion part, and none of it's been worth it. It's like the Mario Land in Japan, Universal Japan. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Looks really 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 cool.
So
I will be waiting for Universal Studios Orlando's version of it whenever it gets finished, because there's no way I would ever do Universal in Japan, because I hear that place is just as bad as Disneyland here. So I'll be waiting for that too. But that's another example where I am actually going to be, from the outside appearance, disappointed in Universal, because the Mario Kart game ride is not what I thought. It's a slow, dark ride with an AR Mario Kart racer on it, but like, everyone gets shells and you're pushing a button. You gotta work together as a team to make turns and stuff go the right way. I was thinking you were gonna be in these like cars that were on a track. I knew you weren't gonna control that, but I thought through the AR you would still be, hitting the blocks, getting the spinner. Like,
Mhm.
I was expecting a Mario Kart experience. We're not getting that at all. So kind of disappointed in that as well. Yeah.
I don't. I hadn't even seen what that specific ride was. I won't say that the Mario Land looks super cheesy with some of their uh interactions.
Uh,
And people were like, oh my god, and it's like, dude, it's like,
well, I mean,
I must be getting old, man.
this is people's like uh uh childhood come true, just like for us getting to see, like Star Wars land.
Dude, I love Mario.
you
I'm
know
playing Luigi's Mansion 3 right now.
how is it?
Fun, man. It's if you replace Luigi with the Ghostbusters, it
Mhm.
still makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Instead of the proton pack, he has a vacuum that he sucks the ghosts in.
Yes, I know. I've played the older games, and we're big fans of the arcade game. Have you ever played that,
Okay.
like the Dave and
Yeah.
Buster's?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes, I have.
we
Yeah, and then
like
also I
those.
like Luigi better than Mario too. So
Oh,
he's always whenever I play it, I always played it with Yeah, see like that. I'm like really like whatever. Like
yeah.
it's cool to look at, but I'd feel like I'd get bored pretty quick.
I like, again, here. I It might take a year for this area to cool off, but again, I know that Universal Studios has a downtime that you can go and visit things. Usually, February is amazing to go, and really nice and cool, not too hot, and it's not too cold. You can even enjoy the water rides in February or early March before spring break stuff starts.
Mm.
But uh, I I'm interested in it. Close out of our Slack there. I'm interested in it. They couldn't see it. Is behind the thing. I was just talking smack about our boss, anyways. I'm interested in seeing it. I mean, I love theme parks though. Like, this is my
Oh yeah,
my
absolutely.
wife and I's thing. Our honeymoon was at Universal Islands of Adventure for five. But both of the parks for 5 days. That's what we did. It was a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun. Almost as fun as this quick ad from our sponsor, Grow Generation.
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. For all of your cultivation needs, Grow Generation has the right products, service and staff to make your grow successful. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
Yeah, do that. It's the right thing to do. Cause that's what heroes do. Oh man, it is Friday, dude. What are you doing for the weekend? What do you got? What are you gonna watch this weekend, man?
So what I want everyone to watch, because I already watched it a while ago, but it's out today, HBO Max and in theaters where you can watch it. And so it's funny, I'm gonna stop using the word safely now whenever I tell people to go out, because you guys are all grown as adults
Yeah,
and you all know what to do.
yep. I'm down with it now.
So The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It is out today. And I know we usually talk about some horror stuff on Fridays. So
Nice.
that's actually out of the 3 movies, it's probably the worst. But that doesn't mean it's bad, because
Yeah.
I really love the other 2 movies. It's just, it takes a little different direction than the other 2. It's still as entertaining. You still love the characters, and I think that's what um that's what makes it so good, is that you're already invested into the universe with the other films,
Yeah.
the Conjurings, the Annabelles, the Nuns, whatever, and
The
everything else in
Warrens.
between. Yeah. So Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson coming back and reprising the roles again, you get to see a little bit more about the relationship early on, also in a couple of flashback scenes. But there's a lot of tense moments and good scares as always. This one is directed by Michael Chaves, who did The Curse of La Llorona, but it still has um, James Wan's Atomic Monster working on it behind the scenes and everything. So just it's good, and what makes it really good, and I think it makes all these stories really good, is the fact that they're based on true stories. The fact that there is, at least, whether you believe in it or not,
Right.
they're based on real tales. Like, this is based on a real story.
Yeah.
Where in court, this boy claims that he killed the person because the devil made him do it. And so this is a story of that. And so I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. It did take a different direction. And I guess after watching so many, I kind of also appreciated that a little bit. But still, I think that I can watch this another time and maybe jump a little bit, but it doesn't have that staying power like the first one does, or even the second one. Because like the first one, we rewatched it before this one, and it was like, oh yeah, this shit's so scary.
we should find a way for you and your girlfriend and Christina and I to do a watch party for Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, that slasher flick I'm always hyping up, because I would love to actually. It's been years and years since we've gotten to share it with someone and been there to like enjoy that reaction. So maybe we should figure something like that out one day, man.
Yeah.
So that comes out today. That's awesome.
Today. Yeah, and you can watch it either on HBO Max or in theaters. I suggest do it in theaters.
Yeah.
Horror movies in theaters always so much better, because there's not much you can hide from as far as scares and thrills, and with that sound system you
can't make an excuse to go upstairs to get the dog or something like that, or I'm cold, gotta go. No, don't pause it. I'll be fine.
Yeah, so it's good stuff. And then also, just to brag a little bit, I'm gonna get off this call in a little bit and watch the first 2 episodes of Loki. I'll be sure to spoil everything in a few minutes on Slack.
Maybe we'll have some Marvel Multiverse Mondays on a Monday episode of the Daily COG.
Might be good. I'm just not sure what my
what we could say or couldn't say at that point. We'll see. I have to watch Saving Private Ryan today.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that in years.
It's been a little bit since I've seen it, so want it fresh in our mind for our discussion. For the I've got it
for the podcast.
For the podcast. No, this Sunday actually, June 6th. The anniversary for the Operation Overlord, D-Day, and beach invasions, and the behind enemy line jumps that the 82nd and 101st did, the naval bombard. Dude, that was one. If everything had gone to plan, I can't imagine how quickly things would have went. But bad weather scattered the troops that were jumping. Their landings were all over the place, and the naval bombardment was also off target and did not soften the beaches nearly as much as they had hoped. But anyways, we'll get to talk about that a lot more in depth on that podcast. You guys will be able to catch it on Sunday. Check the Twitter, be subscribed to the YouTube channel, to your favorite podcast network or app. We know we're your favorite podcast network, but yeah, I'm excited to do that. And then the real fun one will actually be next month for me, as we get to introduce a Scotsman to an in-depth look at the Battle of Gettysburg, which is part of the American Civil War, which of course he's aware of the gist of it, but he's never seen it. He's never studied like any of the battles in depth. He knows Gettysburg was an important one, but I'm really excited for that. here comes the film geeks out in us, man. How much do you love being there to experience something for the first time, especially if they like it, if they enjoy it? Like, I don't know why I get so much joy out of it. It's so much fun.
Well, it's because you're passionate about it and you enjoy it, and you'd hope that other person or group of people enjoy it and get the same amount of fun out of it that you do. It's just a matter of you trying to be a good person, trying to share your good experiences with somebody else. And then the problem is when they don't like it, all of a sudden they just become shitty people to you.
Yeah, the garbage, worthless
Like, it's
shit.
like, what do you mean you didn't like it? but the reason you get so much joy in it is because you hope that they have a similar experience like you did, and which makes you, I guess, a pretty good person.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, technically, which you're not. We all know that.
Yeah,
but...
no, I'm terrible. I always call Jammer terrible. Trust me,
Jammer's
terrible
beyond
people
terrible.
can smell their own. You know.
You can ask Jammer. I spend all of Comic-Con antagonizing him, like all the time.
Yeah, I heard there's like a restraining order or something now.
Yeah, it's fun, and honestly, I know you don't get to experience that because you're on the East Coast, but when we do Comic-Con with Jace, Michael, and back then Jammer, and even
I hope to be out there for the next year.
So yeah, it's fun. I love it, man, and I can't wait to go back to shows this fall. I'm already have planned 3 concerts.
Mm-hmm.
Hail the Sun in October, August Burns Red in August, and Wage War also in August. So
nice.
I know that one of my good buddies, it seems like, well, because you know, what people don't know is that when you think of concerts, you think it's expensive, but metal shows,
punk rock
shows, you're talking about $20 a
30
ticket.
maybe. Yeah.
And you're talking about the value, dude, that you get.
General admission usually first come first serve, floor space, bar space, whatever.
The value you get for your $20 though, sure, there might be like a shitty opening band, but sometimes you get some gems that you never thought. And then you're just like, whoa, this band's really good. Yeah, it turns out maybe they're local or whatever, but overall you end up having such a good time for $20. And then of course, if you want to buy a couple beers and stuff, but it's like $5. It's not like crazy Luke Bryan, $300 a ticket, and then you're buying $20 beers or whatever they are now at stadiums or whatnot. So if I would honestly, our listeners, tell them, you go to shows, go to punk rock and metal shows, because the other thing is, yes, mosh pits do get insane, especially the the more you go up in the scale of metal and things like that. But you quickly find out that the community is actually pretty nice people.
If somebody falls down, it's help people back up. You don't hear of many, not in the US at least, you don't hear of many tramplings that aren't related to some sort of panic or some horrible accident where maybe someone that shouldn't have been there in that pit may have been in the pit, someone that was previously injured, predisposed to fainting, things like that. But in general, people pick you up, help you out. Like, yeah, man, it's a great community. The funny thing is I'll tell you this, not counting a festival, which costs more money, and the only festivals I've done, I did an Ozfest in Atlanta back in '99, I think, 2000. I can't remember. It was right towards the end of our time in Georgia when my dad was there. But Warped Tour, which is $50 generally. I have never paid more than $30, and I have seen Less Than Jake. I've seen Coheed and Cambria. I've seen Green Day. Post American Idiot Green Day still paid $30 or less. Newfound Glory every time I've seen them. Mayday Parade. I'm trying to think of like recent big headliners that I've seen in the last like 6 years. None of them Bayside, none of them cost more than 20-30 bucks, man. And I'm talking general admission. If I want to be on the barrier back when my health was good, I could be on the barrier for 20 bucks. Now, my wife, she was a fan of hair metal and stuff. Her dad was big 80s, rocker music type guy, and she loves the Scorpions, Rocky Like a Hurricane, you know them?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She got a chance to see them in Germany when we were stationed there, and they're a German band. If people didn't know that, it was like 120 euros for the ticket. 120 euros for some old 80 crusty 80s hair band. Oh man, whose claim to fame is being played in every U.S. hockey arena, and I mean, look, I like some 80s gems too. I like some 80s hair metal. Def Leppard, I can get behind pour some sugar on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, God, dude, no, I love how entertainment, music and movies, dude, it's universal. Some sort of good rhythm, good beat can put people just in a good mood. It doesn't even have to be like a specific genre of music. And then sharing movies, like I said, the idea of even digitally now, I thought about doing some reaction things, anime related with Brian and Christine and myself. Even that, just to share human experiences, man. And movies allow us to do that. And I like the way you put it. You're looking to share something that was good for you, and be like, hey man, this might be good for you too. And that's really cool, because I think of all the bands or movies, because it was someone else that showed me Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, and changed my life on slasher films, where it used to be like, Scream, nope, can't touch, sorry, Scream, Nightmare, Halloween, Friday, like that, deal, nope, now it's Leslie Vernon. And then Scream. So
yeah, because it's a wide world, and we're not going to be able to catch everything, and especially because some of those films maybe are a little bit more independent than mainstream.
Yeah.
And it's always fun to discover new things. I like doing that right now with going to shows. That's where my real joy is right now, especially doing it again with friends, because that's going to be so much fun.
So to end it on the music note, what is one of the favorite bands that got added to your daily playlist, your daily driver, that was an opening band for someone else you went to see?
It was an opening band, but it was middle of the pack.
Okay.
Upon a Burning Body.
Okay.
The Texas metal band.
I've heard of them.
Dude, the number one, it's where I met my girlfriend for the first time at a show. That's you can't. I honestly, like, that's probably where you should find your soulmate, right?
Yeah, I guess that works.
And Upon a Burning Body had that place rocking, dude. It is just a mix of like Hispanic culture and metal and Texas. And the problem with that is that they were so good and so much energy that when volumes went up, it kind of flattened out, like they weren't as good.
Mm,
And it wasn't that they were good, it's just that they're not as high energy as Upon a
yeah.
Burning Body was. But for workouts, for just getting hyped up, like that's where it's at for me. And then I think that the other one who was also not, or like mid band, and now they're doing, and now they're headlining, is shoot, what are they like, um um Chelsea Green was good, and then Whitechapel.
Yeah.
I freaking love Whitechapel.
Nice.
They were good. Just
Damn, Whitechapel's a name you don't hear dropped very often.
dude, and then headliners that I just really I really enjoyed afterwards. Um yeah, I've seen so many. I have from every show I go to, I buy one band tee.
Hmm.
Have to. That's just the rule. Because
Yeah.
and then hopefully the idea is after I wear them out a little bit, I think what I'm gonna do is cut them up and turn them into a quilt.
Yeah. I've heard people do
Yeah.
that, or they turn them into like a patchwork and frame it and things like that. And
Yeah, do something creative like that, because these are all each show has a specific memory about something cool that
yeah.
happened, some idiot or whatever. Because when what who was I who there was at a there I was at a show where a guy would consistently turn around and tell me how bored he was. I wanted to punch him in the face because he had already seen this band 8 times or whatever. And it was like, dude, I don't care.
Then why are you here? Like
That was at that was at a Devil Wears Prada show.
I
Uh,
love the Devil Wears Prada.
Devil
Dude,
Wears Prada, they're
the
good.
zombie EP, what the zombie EP is one of the greatest metal albums ever. Brian from Pulp Mythos, Anime Versal, sometimes here on Old LR Mornings Daily COG, is a huge metal guy. Like I would call him a connoisseur of metal.
Oh,
Like he is a metal guy, right? He's into other things, but um, yeah, absolutely. You want to talk about memories? I have to brag here. And take a hit at the same time because my favorite band in the world is Newfound Glory, but this is Memories right here.
yeah. I've seen you showed me that picture. That's great.
That's Memories. That's Chad Gilbert, guitarist, Newfound Glory. This is a Kyle on medications and mixed with a substance that you should not mix medications with, but I had to. I paid for it for days, but I had to. It was the end. We got up there. It was the encore. My friends over you was going to be next, and everyone wanted Lucas up there because we had been in the back with Christine, and yeah, it was great. But a band that opened up for Newfound Glory that I think became my favorite as we wrap this up. My favorite main driver is a band called Isley. And at first, I would not have thought they would be on tour with Newfound Glory because they're like indie folk rock type stuff. And it was made up of like three sisters, a brother, and a cousin from Texas. And they didn't sound like Newfound Glory at all. But when they came out on stage, they were very pretty and they sounded really nice. And it just clicked, and all of a sudden I was just hooked. And Isley is a band, and their spin-off bands that I follow to this day and love their music. Wonderfully, beautifully written music and unique voices from the three sisters. So
I was. Go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry.
nope, that's it, I'm done.
Oh no, I was very happy that before the tragic death of one of the members of We Came as Romans, I got to see them.
Yeah.
And then so that was nice for me.
Yeah.
I remember this 2020 in January, before everything went to hell. We took my daughter to her first show, and that was Scary Kids Scaring Kids. And the bouncer was nice enough to still X her hands so she can get the full experience. She still, after a while, she got a little tired. We sat at the bar, and people were like, "Oh my god, look at you! So cool! You're sitting at the bar." He was having soda and stuff, and she had earplugs,
Yeah.
of course. I got her fancy ones that go inside her ear.
Okay, yeah.
And
Lucas likes the over the ear stuff. Yeah.
I can't do that, man. I have small ones too. I just
I wear
but-
my combat earplugs, which have a valve on them that I can
Oh, cool.
open to allow some noise in or
it's
close
actually
to.
really cool.
Yeah, you can find them at Walmart in their outdoors section. They'll be clear and have a
Ah.
little red tab in them. They're not as fancy as the ones for the army, but they're great and will do you justice and are awesome for concerts. So yeah, because like in between, you just pop the little thing and you can hear clearly to order drinks in between bands and stuff like that. Listen to us giving you guys tips on how to handle a show. Welcome to the Daily Cup of Genre, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen.
yeah,
Actually,
the
we're ending it.
most important part is and come on, Kyle, you know I'm right about this, and this is the same PSA that we give for conventions. Is make sure if you're going to a show, you and your friends are all wearing fucking deodorant.
Yes.
Please,
Don't be that guy. Or
please don't be
girl.
that guy, because there's always that guy.
Or girl.
Just make sure
Yeah.
you're not that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely don't be that person. Please don't. Yeah. Yeah.
It ruins everyone's experience around you,
Yep. Pretty much.
because it's a lasting impression. You're always, and then like the next time you go to a show, and even if you are wearing deodorant, you're still known as the guy who didn't wear deodorant.
God.
It's true. It's damn true.
And it's also true that we are appreciative of our sponsors, Grow Generation. It's where the pros go to grow, and we would really appreciate all of you to keep listening to us. And the best way to do that is hit the red subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. There's a lot of great celebrity interviews, and all of the awesome podcasts from LRM's Genreverse Podcast Network are available on YouTube. Marvel is now available in video format. Who knows what might be the next show to join the video format. But regardless, we also have the audio options only on all of your favorite podcast apps, Spotify, Google, Apple, SoundCloud. I like SoundCloud because our playlists that we curate are available to you guys. And yeah, I got some social media information down below for those of you on YouTube. If you can't see it, I'm at that Kyle Malone on Twitter. And Manny, what interviews do you got coming up, and where can people find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at LRM_Emmanuel, and on Instagram at riddlemethis_510. We have a lot of good stuff. Gig's been doing some things with Uncharted, some of the chefs who were going face to head with Gordon Ramsay on the Nat Geo show, which is fantastic, by the way. You get to learn a lot about their culture, and at the same time, you get to see them get down the way that you love to. In the British way, too, not the American Hell's Kitchen way where he's just yelling at everyone. He's a lot different on British TV than he is on Purpose. I also have an interview today dropping. Actually, you can find it on YouTube. It'll be on our page in a few minutes with Andrea Andrade. She is an actress who was in the new Conjuring film, so we kind of geek out about it a little bit. You also, Nancy, if you've been following the Luis Miguel series, every Monday she's been putting up different interviews with different actors and actresses from the series. He's a big time singer in the Spanish community. So yeah, and then keep in touch, because early next week I will be part of the Loki press conference, and I'll be trying to giving you guys a scoop of what is going on, and I'll let you guys know if Mephisto is in fact behind all of this.
Kang is behind this stuff. Well, some of it. Well, we'll see.
It was Agatha all along. That, like, if every series is just like at the end, it was just Agatha all along.
But it wasn't even Agatha. It was Wanda. It doesn't matter what does matter is that I hope you guys check out our anime versal reviews tomorrow. Dr. Stone, the Stone Wars is over. It ended. It's beautiful. Check out the discussion tomorrow, and then of course the war movie podcast. I'm gonna have a title for you guys, I promise, by Sunday when you check out Private Ryan. Thank you guys so much for listening this week, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.